Executive Director of the Center for Asian American Media, and I want to thank you. Welcome you all to Caamfest 36. I hope you're enjoying your festival experience. We are here, let's see, I want to tell you a little bit about Caamfest if you aren't already aware. We're the largest film festival dedicated to showcasing and celebrating Asian and Asian American stories. This festival would not be possible without the generous support from our sponsors, and we would like to thank our top sponsors, Xfinity, AARP, Asian Art Museum, Boba Guys, and Tiger Beer. This screening's sponsors are the California Healthy Nail Salon Collaborative. Yeah, I'm so grateful that they're organized, so we can talk about that. The Asia Society Young Professional Group, OCA San Francisco, and OCA East Bay. These are all wonderful organizations. Let's give them a round of applause. As you may have noticed, Caamfest is now in May, and we are thrilled to be an official part of Asian Pacific American Heritage Month, locally and nationally. Many of the films we fund, produce, and curate will be broadcast nationally this month on PBS and on Comcast Cinema Asian America. For more information, please go to cammedia.org. The film you are about to see is the world premiere of Nailed It. And we have the director right here, and director of photography, Adele Free Pham. And Adele will say a few words of introduction to get us all ready, but we are also going to have a Q&A right after the screening, so please stay if you can. But before we have Adele's introduction, I did want to remind us all that CAM is a membership organization, and if we have members in the house, we thank you very much for joining with us. Members receive great benefits, including discounts to all the films like today, and invitations to special events throughout the year. It's easy to sign up. You can just talk to us in the lobby or go online at cammedia.org. Also, today's film is eligible for the Uncaged Tiger Audience Award. You've hopefully, been handed ballots. It's an easy process. You don't need a pen. You can just tear your ballot and turn it in right after the screening on your way out. Okay, well with that, I want to get us started on time, so I'm going to turn everything over to Adele.
I'm so nervous. I am, and it's been a long time coming. I've seen this film a billion times. I know a lot of you in here have too, but it's still nerve-wracking. And you know, this film would have been possible without Cam. They believed in the film early, and that really kept it going. We all know these things are a labor of love. They just are, even if they're supremely entertaining. So thank you, and I'm so pleased to bring it full circle to premiere the film at CAM. My very first film festival was CAM when it was San Francisco International Asian American Film Festival. It was the very first film festival I had ever been to, period. So it's just really kind of amazing the fruition that we've come to here at this point, at the premiere, the world premiere of Nailed It, my baby. My other baby. So please enjoy, and we'll do a Q&A after. Okay? Thank you for coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adele Pham. Wow, congratulations. That was quite something.
A lot of info.
You know, yeah, I want you to think of the questions you want to ask. I'll just lead us off just to get us started.
Can I?
Oh yeah, do you want to first introduce some people?
My co-producer, Kelvin St. Pham is here. Producer, is here. Here. Oh. You remember this guy from the film, right?
Yeah, I think I can speak for all of us in here. that was amazing to go deeper into a subject. You know, a number of us, of course, know about the Vietnamese nail sort of phenomenon, and even know about Tippy Hedren, but I must say, to go so deeply in all of the issues, to bring this a story of resilience, and it's about family, you know, it's just really moving. So thank you so much for this, taking us on this journey and increasing our understanding and our empathy for one another. So that was really remarkable.
Thank you.
So Adele, maybe one or two questions. How did you come about to decide this would be your film project?
Well, nail salons always made me uncomfortable, and I think it's from being an outsider, so I go into it in the film, even though I'm Vietnamese. I'm not seen as Vietnamese, I don't see myself that way, so the perception that they're talking about you in the nail salon kind of hit me in a way, because I understand when Vietnamese is being spoken, but I don't know what to say. So usually when something makes you uncomfortable, you're also attracted to it and sort of low-key obsessed with it. And I was getting really tired of these stories that come up every few years of the nail salon nightmare, right? And I feel like years ago it was definitely more focused on dirty nail salons and being scammed in the salon than the health issues that the people who work in the salons are facing. So I just knew there was more to the story because there had to be a reason why so many Vietnamese people do nails. Like, every Vietnamese person you know in the U.S. has some deep connection to the nail salon. And it was just serendipitous, you know. I kind of put out a call on Facebook, and I met Kim Pham, and then I met Kelvin St. Pham through Kim Pham, so it's all family, really, you know. And then after I met Kelvin, it was curtains. Like, I knew that I had a great character and an amazing story. I mean, you know, he kind of lives and breathes the nail salon and is so accessible to all people, you know, and he certainly, like, opened up his salon and his life to me, you know. And that's really special when you find a good character in a documentary film, you know you can make it work.
Absolutely. Kevin, I think we're all fascinated also with the notion of a community creating sort of a new story for itself, a new culture in a way, and unapologetically, and yet in a bittersweet way. You know, this might not have been the life the community would have wanted, but it's remarkable how you both then become proud and you embrace it. What's it like to view this film? And have you seen it before?
Yes, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much, folks. Did you guys enjoy the movie? You know, it's only been like 10 years in the making, folks. You know?
Yeah, you got to take them on the road.
Folks, thank you so much for coming. I don't know what your question was, but all I wanted to say was just that, folks, this was, I've always, all through my life, I enjoyed documentaries. And I know I'm sure it's been about 10 years ago when I actually had the thought of, like, one day I am going to have my own documentary about the nail history. But I don't know. I'm not a director. In life, folks, shit happens, right? And in this case, I met Adele. And, you know, it's, you know, she can tell you can ask her more, you know, I'm not in the business, so it's been a struggle, but I remember talking to her a couple of days ago, and I said, you know what, honey, I would not change a thing to be where I'm at. I was in the back sitting next to the lady right there that almost didn't want to give me her seat. I had to call out. I was going to say, I'm the co-producer. Give me up your seat right now. Folks, all I can say, thank you so much. It's just been a dream, and you know what? I'm happy that this film was able to be made. And Dale, thank you so much. You did an amazing story telling you know about it. It was so much more you know to this film than it was just my idea. My idea was just very simple, And when Adele took it over about 2 years ago and really did all the hard work behind the scene, you guys know, right? Editing and all that stuff. I have nothing to do with that, folks, okay? I saw it, and I just want to say I'm very happy, and I appreciate that, you know, you took me on this journey, you know, in the nail industry.
I love you, bro.
Did I answer your question?
You answered my question. More than answered it. We're going to turn it over to you guys now. Questions?
Oh, I love the film, and I love how much life you had using the animation and the music. I mean, it really gave it a lot of pizzazz and moved the story forward. So how did you come to that decision to integrate that?
Well, I just always knew this story was so dynamic that I wanted an animated element to it to kind of make it pop. And this is a little off topic of your question, but 90% of my crew is female. So my composer is a woman, my animator is a woman, and there's just people who I know who are loyal to me in the project. So like even when I didn't have all the money together, they kind of put it forward and kept working on the film. And that, you know, they've been with the project for so long that they understand it kind of intuitively in a way. And I just knew, you know, for a good documentary film, you don't necessarily need animation, but you need good music. Yeah. Thank you.
Wow, we've got so many. We're going to go front, then to this side, and then to the back. Go ahead.
Well, how did you get, the Man Trap people were so amazing. How did you get connected to them?
You remember Mike Bowe?
Yeah.
So that was actually the second interview I did after Pham. She told me to go talk to Mike, who introduced me to Kelvin. And, you know, I kind of just spit it out there. I'm like, you know, how did this thing really start popping off in the black neighborhoods? You know, a question I always had. It's like, well, you know, my mom's business partner is an African-American lady, like a second mom to me. Maybe you'd like to meet her. And they hadn't been business partners for like 20 years or so, but again, all of it's a character like Kelvin. When I met her, it just was perfect. You know, the story that she was telling me was better than I had imagined it could be. And I really could make a whole film about Man Trap. So that's kind of like the next thing that I'm working on. It would be great to do some kind of narrative project that, you know, isn't claws. Although I love Niecy Nash, it's like they don't really show respect to the Asian people in the salon, not like that. And it's so fun, you know, like the story of Man Trap and Oliver and Charlie, man, I watch that every week.
Yeah, I want to see a series. So we went to this side. Yeah, right there.
How did you become a filmmaker?
Oh man, Cam. I grew up next to like a second run theater, and it was just like a second home for me, and then I'd babysit all the kids, and I'd bring them to the theater, and we'd stay there all day. So the first documentary I saw was Crumb, which actually was filmed mostly in San Francisco here, right? And that just really showed me where a documentary could go outside of like the television documentary, the formulaic kind of newsy documentary. And I just love stories and people, man. So I think once I got over the fear of not knowing where my money was going to come from, it was easier for me to kind of just go for it. And I don't necessarily recommend going to film school because it'll put you in insurmountable debt. But it gave me the space to make Parallel Adele, my first documentary, which screened at Cam like 9 years ago now. And it was really that festival experience that gave me the confidence to say I'm a filmmaker and I can freelance, for example. Like, I have the skills to shoot and edit, you know. And after Cam, like, that film screened at all the Asian film festivals. So you kind of have to, like, keep plugging away at it and believe in yourself, and other people will appreciate your work, you know?
Yeah, I'm so glad that, Adele, that you allowed yourself and your story and introduced us to your father. And it brings out all these other sorts of issues about what this community has gone through, and then the choices that the next generations have to make. So that is wonderful, and I just want to emphasize, as you said, what you've learned are your own set of skills and your own sense of confidence to go out, because I know you're a wonderful director of photography, you're an editor, you know, you really have filmmaking chops, so we're just thrilled with that. And then I promised in the back there, and then we'll do the back over here. Yes? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. First of all, this documentary is really good, very enlightening. But it would have been nicer if you have given something at the end, like what is being done now, like on the manufacturing or on those toxic products. What does the government is doing now? And to protect not only the customers, the patrons, but the owners, the manufacturers, everything that is involved on this. So,
I think
and
the
had
Julia here?
Had I known
Yeah.
that you were the producer, I would have asked you directly.
Yes, I think someone can speak to that, maybe.
Yeah, I can talk to that. Hi, everyone, I'm Julia Leal from the California Healthy Nail Salon Collaborative, and kudos again to Adele for this great film and book story, really highlighting what is such an amazing, again, community and everything that's been put into this industry. So just around that question, right now, actually, there has been a state bill that was passed. It's called the Healthy Nail Salon Act, and there's actually criteria that salons can actually meet in order to be designated as healthy nail salons. So there are products out there that don't have the toxic trio, and there's criteria around ventilation and being trained around workplace health and safety. And so right now in California, there's about 200 salons that have been designated as healthy, but we do need everyone's help to actually patronize healthy nail salons and encourage, if you have a favorite nail salon that isn't a healthy nail salon, to actually think about how to make their workplace healthier and safer with these products. There's currently a federal bill that Senator Harris has actually, that's in the legislature right now around healthy nail salons. So we would love your support because it is around getting the word out about the safer products that are out there that can be used by workers, and also some of the workplace practices, because we want this industry to be sustainable and healthy for everyone. It makes, all the workers, the workforce members, everyone that's in this film has made such wonderful and amazing contributions to this nation. So we would love for you to support, and we'll pass out these postcards. This is to support just the federal bill and more information. And please, if you want more background, just go to our website, www.ca.healthynailsalons.org.
Thank you. And after the program, we'll need to clear the theater, but if we go out, we can make those postcards available. And Adele, this reminds me, we'll do a little business here. As we prepare for a broadcast on public television, we should be talking about the information, and how to use this film to really create some better policy and encourage more folks in the industry to adopt healthier standards. So this is really in this wonderful tradition of how important films like this can be. So right over here, yes.
Adele, I think you did a tremendous job. I tell you, my opinion is that your film touched on so many layers, but the particular one that I like is that you talk about the first, second, and third generation, and they're not crybabies. Because most Asian American films are bunch of crybabies, victimhood. So I like that very much. And then your co-producer should be an actor.
We've been saying that. Wait, we're in the show.
I'm an actor.
Yeah, we'll do another one back there.
Oh, okay. Thank you for, the response, but I have a follow-up. Why would it be to the consumers? You said it's like ours, the consumers will just have the initiative to either support the healthy and why don't you, why is there not something to prevent those that are not health certified from doing business? Because many consumers just say nail salon. Okay, they want to do that. They may not be able to see or discern that they are not health certified or your products are not safe. So why leave it
to the consumers? Why not the enforcement go direct to the businesses?
You know, I'm sorry, let's try to, we only have a few minutes left. If we can stay more with the film and not the follow-up issues, yeah. Yes, this corner.
Who's that really talented rapper at the end of the movie?
Oh, that's my little brother. Who is that? Who is that? That's my little brother. I also filmed that music video.
Okay, maybe one more question? Yes, right there.
Thank you so much. I love the film. I love how you weave personal stories with historical narratives and like Catherine said earlier, the different layers of getting on the racial issues and then the health issues. I just really appreciate all the layers. And my question is, as you were asking people how did the Vietnamese nail salon industry started, I'm sure you heard a lot of different anecdotes of like, oh, it's that person and that person and that person. So how did you land on this is it, this is the story of the origin?
Because I researched and I could not find evidence of an all Asian nail salon. Asian nail salon as we know it, like I say, before 1975. And there is some discrepancy, like perhaps Koreans were the ones who started the nail salon industry. But even when you go to New York and you talk to old school Korean people, some of them still give it up to the Vietnamese, you know? So sometimes two things can kind of happen at once. And you know, this is a film. We need stories to attach our imagination to. But I really do believe the Tippy Hedren Genesis story is reliable because I just haven't heard of any other Vietnamese who were doing nails before the fall of Saigon.
Again, Adele, thank you. What a triumph. Thank you all for joining us. Great afternoon.